thank you for joining me. I'm KT Lynn with Mystic Yoga. I am here at our camp because we are also in this current climate taking time to self-quarantine and just kind of be mindful of how we interact with the world at this time just because of what's going on. But for today's practice, I want to focus on just grounding. So many of us feel very up in the air about what's happening around the world with this current state with the coronavirus. So with today's practice, it's just going to be a quick little 5-minute practice, but we'll just be with nature here. I'm outside, but obviously, not surrounded by a lot of people. It's just me with the trees and the fresh air. And so I invite you, if you have a backyard, or even if you're not able to go outside, maybe hang a picture of a beautiful place that you can visually connect with and also emotionally connect with. Maybe it's a favorite place in nature. It could be a picture of a beach. Like I said, if you do have a backyard space and it allows you to be free in that backyard and practice freely, then I invite you to take a little time outside if possible, that is. So all right, let's begin. So we'll start in that comfortable seat. We'll start with Sukhasana, seated pose, and we'll just take some Sufi circles here to start. But before we do, we'll just be with our breath. So we'll take 3 deep inhales and then sighing breath exhales, to really letting go of what's been going on, or even what we are not sure of what will happen. So letting it all go and allowing ourselves to be right here, right now in this space. So as we begin, starting with an inhale, deep, full breath. And with your exhale breath, really let it go, sighing out the mouth. 2 more. Deep breath. Inhale, full deep breath. Big sigh. Let's do one more cycle. Inhale, full breath, deep breath. And then cleanse it out with the exhale. I invite you in this moment either to bring the palms into prayer mudra in front of the heart, or simply turning the palms to face upward. Just taking this moment here and now to ground to an intention, to something meaningful, seeing it in your mind's eye, just taking the sacred time for your practice. Breathing in, gentle breath. Breathe it out. Slowly together, we'll let the palms of our hands rest upon the knees, and then we'll take those Sufi circles now. So as you draw the chest forward, let the heart reach forward with your inhale breath, and then whichever direction you want to begin. So clockwise or counterclockwise, as you exhale, begin to rotate on those sitting bones. Let the inhale draw you back to the center, towards forward, and then as you exhale, continuing on in that direction. So with an inhale, bringing it forward with the heart, and then exhale, rounding, kind of like cat back with that rounded spine. So let's take 3 more in this direction with the breath, with the exhale, feeling that upper back really open up, deep breath, but feel that sacrum space, or that sacral space, to say that bottom chakra space, that lower chakra center grounding. So sometimes as we feel like things are out of our control, sometimes those centers down in the lower chakras feel really, unsettled. So as we're here, we're grounding down, we're connecting, and we're taking that last breath together in this direction with the exhale round. And then as we meet with an inhale breath, come back to center, and then exhale, drawing back to a neutral spine. So we're going to switch the cross of the legs, so second direction, so we're evening out our seat. So as you let the palms connect, this way we're going to take it that second direction, so whichever is opposite for you. Drawing the heart forward with an inhale breath, feel the heart reach forward, and then going in that second direction now with the rotations, let the exhale round. So as you inhale, draw it forward, and then exhale to round. So just allowing that full spinal action to move, feeling that extension, and then feeling the spine move into flexion, maybe even hanging the head a little bit here. Inhaling, drawing the chest forward, and exhale, rounding out for that cat back. 2 more with these Sufi circles. So as you inhale, draw it forward, exhale to round. 1 more cycle, breathing forward, inhale, and then exhale, take it to round. Inhale, drawing it forward, deep breath. And then exhale, slowly come back to that neutral position with your spine. From here, we're gonna let our right fingertips come to reach down onto the mat. So my right fingertips are placed on the mat, sweeping your left arm up into the sky. Breathe to elongate. So we're getting taller as we begin to exhale, leaning over to that right side. Exhale, take it over, all to that side body. Deep breath, inhale, rising back up to center, catch length here. And then as you exhale, same direction, exhale over to the right. One more here, inhale, coming through to the top. And then last round, exhale, over to the right. As you reach up this time, inhale, sweep up. And then exhale, let that left arm come down, fingertips to root, breathe to get tall, and then exhale over to that second direction now. So all through the side muscles, all through the side body. Inhale, getting tall. Exhale, sliding over to the left side. One more round. Deep breath in, getting tall. And then exhale, taking it over. Breath up as you rise. Inhale, reach up. Let the palms, or let the fingers interlace and let the palms flip. Just take a moment here, add a little morning stretch, or what I like to call it. So just getting a little extra stretch through the chest, through the shoulders. And then with your exhale breath, let the arms float down. All right, so from here, we're gonna rock forward onto that tabletop position. So hands and knees. So we're facing the front edge of our mat. And from here, we're gonna place our palms, root down. I'm stacking my wrists, my elbows, and my shoulders, and I have my knees placed directly underneath my hip bones, and the tops of my feet are rooting. As we begin cat-cow motion, inhale, feel the heart to lift, soft gaze upward towards the sky, and then with your exhale breath, round and dome the upper back. So kind of like Sufi circles, but now we're just changing our direction with gravity. As you inhale, feel the chest rise, deep breath, widen through the collarbones. And then as you exhale, round and lengthen your tailbone towards the backs of the knees. One more cycle together. Inhale, feeling yourself rise to the chest. Exhale, round and dome the upper back. From here, come to a neutral position with your spine. And as we begin to elongate our right leg long, lengthen it out. So from here, I invite you to point and flex, add some circles to the ankle. We're probably at home, most of us sitting. So, sometimes what happens is that everything kind of settles to the bottom. So our ankles might feel swollen and the legs might feel a little heavy. So this kind of helps alleviate that. As you breathe this next breath, inhale, feel the foot flex, so press the heel back. And then as you exhale, we're gonna create a cat back, drawing the knee through and forward. Now, foot to step. Now, if your foot gets a little caught, I would suggest grounding the left hand, bring your right hand to the back of your knee, and then guide the foot to step forward. So as we're stacking our right knee over our right ankle, let your fingertips root. Now, if you have any books, maybe even if you do have that opportunity to use yoga blocks here, if that is in your home, maybe incorporate some blocks under the hands. But just for today, I'm using no props, just in case most of us who maybe don't have yoga props, or like I said, if you have books, just kind of working with the bare essentials here. So as I lengthen my left leg long, I'm pressing down through the top of my back foot. And then as I sink my pelvis, I'm lifting my chest. So I'm in a low crescent lunge. So my hips are lowering, my chest is rising. As far as I can get my chest to lift, I'm not craning my neck. I'm just getting nice and lifted. So feeling the hips ground, feeling the feet root, breathe. One more deep breath in, deep breath out. Slowly as you draw the hips back, track your hips over your back knee and then slide the right knee to meet the left knee, coming back to that tabletop position. As you widen the width of your knees, so either hip distance or even to the edge of the mat, big toes slide together, and then just sit those hips back on those heels, elongating the arms in front, let the palms root down, and then softly let the forehead rest on your mat. So as we're here in this first child's pose, I invite you to really feel your shoulders melt. Feel that third eye, that space between the eyebrows, grounding in. So this is where we start connecting a little bit further now that we're here, connecting that center of intuition and higher knowledge. So I find this pose very surrendering. If you can incorporate any surrendering aspect here, maybe this can be happening through a prayer, through a mantra, or just surrendering anything that may be weighing on you in this moment. So as we breathe this next breath, inhale, full breath, deep breath. Add that cleansing sigh breath out through the mouth. With your next inhale, carefully rising back up to that tabletop. So as the knees come back in line with our hips, we're going to set up for that second side. So tabletop from here. As you begin, inhale, chest to reach up, and then as you exhale, round and dome the upper back. Inhale, lifting through the heart space, deep breath, inhale, cow pose, and then exhale, dome and round the upper back for cat. One more cycle. So with an inhale breath, feel the heart lift, soft gaze. Exhale and rounding the spine. Neutral position with our spine this time as you begin to send the left leg to lengthen out. Same activation, so add some circles to the second side. And also as we extend our leg, you might notice the core stability that might come into this. So just noticing, so we're kind of harnessing those deeper grounding actions. So with our base chakra, that survival, and with the second, sometimes with addiction or something that the habitual feelings that kind of get conjured up through fear. And then going into the solar plexus, so that third chakra, so core activation, that's kind of where our ego can live, but also creativity. So as we're kind of firing these up, just noting these things as we go along. Take it or leave it, just things to note. As you inhale, lengthen, and then as you exhale, draw the knee into the chest and slowly add the left foot to step. Again, you can bring that left hand behind the back of the knee and then assist the foot forward. Extending your right leg to lengthen out, coming into the second lunge. So as we're lowering the hips down, I'm still strong through my feet, so I feel my base rooting down. It allows me to root so I can rise up, feeling the heart shine. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, soft gaze. Where can you soften a little bit extra? Breathing in. Breathing out. One more deep breath here. Get full with the inhale. And then soften with that exhale. Slowly from here, as you begin to rock the hips back, left foot meets the right foot. Widen the width of the knees this time. Let the hips and heels reach, coming into that child's pose. Once more, as you soften the third eye space towards the earth, let it ground you. So as you're here, breathe, full inhale, full exhale. I invite you to come back to that place of surrender, that place of higher knowledge, that intuitive space, and feeling the earth draw that sense of intuition up. So as we feel ourselves connecting, we feel ourselves kind of offering up some of the weight of some of the concerns, the fears, the anxiety that in this time can be happening. So just offer it here through this breath, breathing in, slow, steady inhale. Sighing, exhale, clearing breath. And from here, we'll slowly rise up. And then from here, either sitting back, once again with the legs to cross, or coming sit on your heels for a moment here. Just sitting tall, allow your heart to shine forward. Let your eyes either soften to a space in front of you or eyes all the way to close. And just taking this time, grounding in. So even in this short while, connecting to your practice. So maybe you have the kids running around, maybe there's things going on. Even at home here, many of us still have these, pretty chaotic lives. So with that, if you can chisel out even just a little bit of time, absolutely take this time, come back to that center, come back to connection, especially with the earth. So with these next 3 breaths, let's breathe together. Inhale, slow and deep. Sighing breath out. 2 more deep, full breath, inhale. Sighing breath, exhale. 1 more deep breath. And sigh. So from here, I invite you to bring the hands into the heart space and just connecting with that deeper intention, that deeper aspect in your practice. I invite you to take this moment here, seeing it in your mind's eye once again. Breathing in. Breathing out. From here in this space, from this outdoor space, from my mat to yours, I thank you for joining me, and I wish you well. I wish you health, wholeness, and happiness. Thank you everyone so much for practicing with me today. Again, I'm KT Lynn with Mystik Yoga. And if you have any questions, please feel free to visit Mystik Yoga, MISTIK, yoga, YOGA.com. for any more info or to contact me directly. Thank you all so much again. It's an honor. Namaste.